T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone, right now I'm reviewing Transformers Tribute, Optimus Prime, Orion Pax, Evolution 2-pack. I'm not sure if this is a store exclusive, I don't think that it is. Cause I got it from Amazon, it was on sale for 30 bucks. I think they sell it, or they're trying to sell it for 60 on different websites. But for 30, I'm like, I gotta jump on that because that's actually what this thing is worth. Anywho, here's all the packaging and whatnot. Here are the bios. I don't see a separate name for his Titan Master. It doesn't mention Titan Masters. It doesn't have Transformers Generation on here, which both of these figures are part of normally. They have this picture of Optimus from the movies for some reason and not the latest movies, so I'm not sure where they were going for that with that. But I like this packaging. It reminds me a lot of the Japanese packaging, except it doesn't have a clamshell holding everything together. They have those stupid ties that you have to cut. They have this on the top, Optimus's eyes, and just product information down there. Here is this, if you need to scan that and try to see if it's available at different stores like Target. Straight out of packaging, maintenance that War for Cybertron Optimus, or Optimus Prime, needs is the wheels are in the front. You need to pull this down and rotate the wheel to the back and lift this back up. If this moves, move that up and peg it back into place. You also need to pull these back and lift these panels up behind the arms. And this wasn't connected, so I had to push that in. So now he's done. Orion Pax is good to go out of packaging. All you need to do is snap the twisty ties. Now looking at cartoon images again, and I'm going to put it up right here. This is not accurate to the cartoon at all. There's similarities as you can see, but it's not accurate at all to Orion Pax. Number one, the hands should have been blue, and that is one thing when I first saw this. It doesn't bother me in person so much, but when I first saw this, I was like, why is his hands red? But anyway, the shade of blue that they use, or it's more actually like a shade of purple, like a bluish purple, like for the head and the legs. I like it. I really, really like it. This version of Orion Pax is similar to the Transformers Generations or IDW version of Orion Pax, which both look a lot like Transformers Animated. Like, he even has a big chin like Transformers Animated. In the camera, before I started filming, this head didn't bug me, but now it does look like that's just a face on top of a big box. So that is a little bit awkward and weird. The hips are a little bit loose on my copy. I hope that's not the case with yours. Everything else is pretty much good to go. The plastic consistency and quality is in line with Titan's Return. It feels very Tonka toy. It's like playing with some older toys before doing this review. The plastic quality feels very, very light. And like, the good part is it feels like it can endure impact. Like if you drop these, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. But it just feels like light and hollow. That's one thing I don't like. But overall, the overall look of the toy, I do like the way it looks. And I like the way it's painted. He sort of has these elite guard symbols, which is also from Transformers Animated. Symbols that high-ranking officers would have as far as the Autobots and whatnot. He has the same guns as Cup, except they're painted and they're in this like purplish, bluish purple color. I like the way that the blue, the real blue looks on top of this purplish color. So there you go with that. Storage, or you can make them have a jetpack. You combine that, and you know the Titan Master can ride in there. You put that on his back, and now he has a jetpack. So besides the waist and the hips, everything else seems to be tight. If you need to see articulation, typical Titan Master is like very limited unless you start taking the head out of there. The arms go out to the side on the ball joint all the way, but you also have this option right there. Tight bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Not a lot of Titan Returns figures have that, and the wrists go out like that, which is not useful. Waist can rotate, hips go all the way out to the side, kick forward, kick back, thigh rotation, or a little bit above the knee. It's very far down. 90-degree bend at the knee, and the toe does that. So I believe if you break the sculpt, he does have ab crunch, which is awesome. So there is that option right there, and it does look natural. I don't even know if I brought that up in my cup review, but there you go with that. Since you can't look up, having ab crunch is almost a waste of time. I don't have Power Master Optimus Prime, but I do have Super Genrai's head, the Japanese version of it. So that's what he looks like with an Optimus Prime type head on that's not fully painted and not meant to be really seen. Here's the head on Super Genrai right here. So it almost looks big enough to fit this body, but let's cover. You can't really... You got to push it all the way down to be able to see the eyes, but can't really see the eyes. I mean, if you lift it like that, he still has blue eyes because of the color scheme of his helmet, which is cool. Orion's Titan Master is actually painted, the face at least. And I like this design. I don't know why they went with this head right here. It might be the same Titan Master that Cup came with, but it's a nice looking robot and really makes me think about the G1 cartoon and Headmasters and figures like Rumble and Frenzy and whatnot. Here he is next to Cup, so you can see their differences and whatnot. Here he is next to Alpha Trion, the guy who rebuilt him in a cartoon. War Within Optimus Prime. And Transformers Generations Orion Pax. And as you can see, they have kind of similar faces right there. And if you wanted to see it, here he is with those weapons from Generations Orion Pax. Here he is with the Combiner Wars aerial bots. G1 fans will get the reference. Overall, he's a fun toy. His head looks a little bit big. I wish he had better leg articulation and wrist rotation, but that's pretty much that. Oh yeah, better neck articulation, but that's a Titan Master situation. Now Optimus Prime, or War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. Let's get this comparison out of the way really quick. He's more of a tomato red. That is more, kind of has more pink in it. He still has the pink Autobot logos, but this is more video game accurate. They had a lot of pink glowing lights going out in their body. This is more like a stealth mode because all the light gray is dark, almost like a really bluish gray. So there you go. That the knees are different because in the packaging they show it to be like that, but he had big knee pads in the game. And I overall do like this design, and I definitely like the way it looked in the video game. He looks so strong and bulky. The gun is a bluish hue instead of black. The hands are blue with gray on the outside. Those are solid blue. And overall, the plastic consistency is different, to be honest with you. I mean, it feels good. It feels better than Titans Returns, but it's different. It has that more durable feel that the Titans Returns have, but it also feels a little bit lighter, or I don't want to say cheaper, but definitely lighter than this. But this design right here is very intricate, very intricate. almost too intricate, because when you're handling them, it feels like you're making them fall apart. So as much as I like this guy and I loved posing him for a while, I didn't play with him too much because stuff like, well, this is better than the other mode. The other mode, the shoulders have a tendency to droop down like that when you try to move it. This is way more stiff, and the shoulders are stiffer. Well, look, it is doing that now, but everything's more stiff on this robot. The other one was loose straight out of the package. But anywho, he has a nice ball joint, so he has a good range of motion in that head. Rotation there, shoulders can come down, bicep swivel, elbows bend 90, and the wrist rotate. I love that. They're kind of hindered by this, but they still rotate, which is good. Legs have that much spread. It has that much because it's detached right there. It's halfway transformed. Really, let's see if I move this out the way. Yeah, you had to move that out the way to get that. But he has no waist rotation. He has thigh swivel. The knees are double jointed. And the ankles are on a hinge that rocks forward and back. And it's on a ball joint on a foot, which is really, really tight. So he has ankle pivot and they can swivel around. So you'll have no problem getting this guy. Oh yeah, and the toe. The toe comes up like that. You'll have no problem getting this guy into good poses. And optionally, if you bring him forward, he does also have an ab crunch that he can use a little bit more than Orion Pax. So there you go with that. But it is partially transformed just like Orion Pax. But they both have that feature, which is cool. The gun can store. Oh yeah, let me bring this up before I forget. Straight out of packaging, he has like stress marks on the wrist. And there's stress marks on the gun that I don't like. And it was very difficult for me to get this in his hand. But you can put the gun here if you want. You can put the gun on his back right here, or put other guns there. But I like the way this guy looks. He's way more dynamic than the other. Than Orion Pax, I should say. He can hold this gun. I feel like his peg is very freaking tight. And he should be able to hold this, yes. So, here he is. His axe in the game was way more interesting than this axe right here. If you want this gun, you can lift this up, swing this around, half transform it, put it in the arm, and it looks like that. Put it in the back, looks like that. If you wanted to see him with the knee pads up, there you go with that, but there's no paint work on there at all. Here he is with Flawless Cybertron Optimus. He's roughly based on this figure, but he's also, just like the other one, roughly based on animated Optimus Prime as well. Here's Generations. Here are both of these guys against Genrai. Transformation, let's do the easy guy first. Pop the Titan Master off, pop these off, push the hands out to the side like this, peg the forearm into the little peg on his shoulders, and basically bring it up like this. There's a little tab right there that slots into here. Now that you got that done, go ahead and unaccordion all this stuff. Lift this up and bring this down right here. You can shut that and bring that up like that. It might keep coming apart, but just leave it like that for now. Go ahead and pop these open. Lift this up. Rotate the waist around. Start bringing that down like that. Now we can take these feet, put these in, open this up right there and start swinging this around and start grooving everything into place right there in the front. Bring this down underneath of the hand, bring that up. Same stuff over here. Groove it into place. Start bringing that down. Bring that up, and this stuff will tab together right here. So now you have Orion Pax and his little Cybertronian pickup. You can see the Elite Guard symbols right there. And he has transparent wheels. They're the same color as his windshield, but he's covered in detail. I mean, it's not painted. This mode is very unpainted, unlike the robot mode. The robot mode is full of life and color. I mean, they did paint these rims, and no, they didn't paint the rim under there. So they did cheap out right there. So it does look a little bit more bland. If you want, you can put this here, like that. Take his little Titan Master dude, whatever you want to name him. Put him in there to man that cannon right there. Or there are several peg points right there. You can have him manning the guns here. Or, of course, he has a little cockpit down there. And this is fully painted. I'm just realizing that. That's fully painted red. You can sit him in there. And he is way more stable than Cup's Titan Master. Now that I've messed with it, it's not stable. But basically, that little guy can ride in there. Rolls excellently. Optimus Prime's transformation is a little bit more involved. When you hear people like Optimus Prime complaining about doing reviews is actual work, listen to him. Listen to him. I'm not on his level, so not yet anyway. But trust me, this is the second time I'm going to have to do this transformation. Anyway, it has to be done in a very specific order. So I'm going to try to keep it that way. Keep it in a good order. Lift the toe up on both sides. Pull these down. Bring this down. Bring this down. There's one step. If you do not do it right, you will not transform them right. The instructions don't show that, so I didn't specify the first time. But anywho, now bring this back and out of the way. Push the head back. Detach the crotch from there and start dangling this down like that. Straighten out these right here. Rotate this chest right there. Now we rotate this around, and even though the waist can spin, do not spin the waist. Just rotate this out of the way or up towards the front of the chest. Now we need to bring the arms down like this and rotate them up. Bring the arms down, rotate them up, get them out of the way, and then rotate the wheels immediately next. Now take the arms, put them like this, put the fist up on both sides, bring the arms down like that so that these panels will meet, and you'll see that that's lined up perfectly. Now you take these panels, swing that forward, and put them into the bumper. And yes, the plastic does not feel as good as the original toy. Bring that down. And now we bring this back here like that. Bring this panel back here. Now the legs. The legs you need to actually lift up like this. Get this stuff out of the way. Lift up like this. Bend this down like this. And now here's the tough part. There's this little clip right here needs to actually get like that and slot into the legs. If you don't have it grabbing that inner part of the groove, if you don't have it like that, it will not transform right for you. Now grab this knee pad and flip that right there. Same thing over here. Bend his legs this way. It's gonna be hard to see, but do what I showed you the first time. Keep it like that. Slot the leg into place. You might be able to push the knees forward and then peg it under there, but try to do what I showed you the first time. Peg the legs together and go ahead and try to move these pipes up this way. Okay, now get the arms back together if they come loose. Rotate this stuff under here. Maybe not peg the legs together. Slot this stuff together first. Then peg the legs together. Now with that done, we can move this into its place, peg this up the front, and rotate this panel. And here, if you do not have those legs right, this will not slot into place. It'll be lifted up. It'll aggravate the crap out of you. Nothing will be lined up. But, oh yeah, I forgot to change this knee pad. But, there you go with that. Here he is in his armored Cybertronian vehicle situation right there with 6 wheels. Rolls nicely. No light detail back here. Kind of more plain. I'm going to have to transform the other one to show him off, but it's a nice Cybertronian vehicle. You can still see his chest right there like a windshield down there, even though this doesn't look like it's supposed to be manned by a human or whatnot. You could peg this gun up here if you like. It's typically smaller in a vehicle mode. There you go. I believe that's the only place you can put it. So let me transform the other guy. Full on comparisons. This older one does have way more paint apps in this mode right here. Like, you might not be able to tell it, but this grill is painted on this guy. Besides that, they painted red right here to make it all one metal piece. They did not paint the red right there. It's just blue. They didn't care. The rims have silver on the inside, not just the ring around it. And he does have rear lights on the back. This one does have Autobot symbols, and that sprue mark is looking a mess. So yeah, the quality control on this guy isn't as good as the Orion Pax. Other comparisons, we have this guy right here. So with these guns on there, he looks almost as substantial as the older figure. We have this Generations Orion Pax right there. He does look smaller or thinner than everybody else. If you want to see what they would look like with the gun like this, there you go with that. We have the War Within Optimus. And when I said this is work, you're welcome. You're welcome right there. You're welcome. And I didn't realize that I didn't compare these two right there. So that's what you're working with as far as that comparison. I would transform Optimus, but it is late as crap right now. 1 a.m. in the morning. It's almost 2 a.m. So here you go with this right there. I'm not even going to transform them back to robot mode for my end thoughts. This is a nice set. It's really a nice set if you like Optimus Prime. Get it on sale. If it's still on sale on Amazon, get it for the $30 that I pay for this. If you pay more than $30, you might not be as satisfied, because $15 is a decent price for a deluxe figure, and these are 2 deluxe figures. But they're really cool. They're even cooler if you don't have the original War for Cybertron. War for Cybertron mold. This is a different option because their color scheme is slightly different. Maybe you want a stealth version of Optimus. I don't know why you would want all that, but it is a cool option right there. But this set is mostly for the Orion Pax, because it's something we had in the cartoon, and it is fun to get a cartoony. It's not very cartoon accurate, especially after you see that image, but it is a cool Orion Pax. So this is mostly for collectors of Optimus Prime strictly, and it is a neat little set to have. So there you go with that. It's something you don't desperately need, but it is cool and neat. Anywho, if you like this video, let me know by liking the video. Let me know about subscribing and sharing. Comment, let me know what you think about this set. I don't normally hawk this. I usually just randomly throw it in there, but I am on Instagram. I post random pictures. Some of them are cool, some of them are funny, some of them are just pictures. I have a whole host of other social media links in my descriptions. Syndicate. Join a syndicate. If you want to know about good deals on toys and whatnot, or you want to just meet some cool people, join the Syndicate Facebook group. Stop acting like you're scared of Facebook. There are so many people that are like, I don't have a Facebook, or I don't have a Twitter, or I don't have a this. Get it. Anyway, thank you for watching. T-Man978 out of here.